Welcome back to the channel. So in this episode, what we're bodging, we're going to take a look at what I've been getting up to in July. So last month I announced that I was going to be entering the Poor Boys RC 2025 Speedrun Challenge, which was the Grasshopper and Hornet. So that's what I did. We went through a few changes on the Grasshopper itself, from a 380 motor to a 540, then up to a 17 turn with stupid big wheels on it. That resulted in my final speed run being over double what my original one was. But all in all, it was great fun entering. Some of the speeds people have been getting up to. I mean, you've got people taking these over 100 miles an hour, which is just ridiculous. But I suggest you go and watch some of their videos because they're actually quite entertaining. And don't forget to check out Phil's channel, Poor Boys RC. Got some great videos on there as well. We'll put a link to the playlist so you can watch all my videos, which includes doing the upgrades and modifications to this and the speed runs, so you can check it all out and see what most of this month has been taken up with. Also, you may have seen that after my godson seeing my TT02b having a little rip round, he decided he wanted one, but he wanted it like Buzz Lightyear. So I'll put some pictures up of that. I'll also put a link to the video. You can go and watch that if you want and see how the paint job was done and everything else. And there's also a little running clip at the end of it. I also got around to taking my TT01 that I've modified for more ground clearance. Got the last couple of clips to put in the video for that one. Also added a camera mount to it so it can be put different positions on it. Get some, hopefully some pretty cool running shots of that. So that video should be coming up this month. Shows you what modifications I've done to get the higher ground clearance on the TT01. I've also been extremely busy with the 3D printing. You may have seen last month I said about the Series 1 RS Turbo wheels, or the RS 1600. So I've actually had a customer use those and he's done a brilliant build. I'll throw some pictures up of that. He's put some real smart details in on that. Name's Andy Gabe. He's done a brilliant job on that. As I say, a lot of attention to detail on it, along with a couple of his other builds as well. Also been asked if I could get some Mercedes DTM wheels done. So I've managed to design and print those. That's just the rough FDM print. And as you can't get them anymore, they also want replacement grills. A little bit of modification to do on it, but we're not too far off. I've also done some Sierra wheels as well. Dog legs, as you might call them. And some Mark 1 Focus RS wheels. As I say, these are all done on the FDM printer, but final versions get done in the resin printer because they're a lot easier to sand and you can get a smoother finish with them, ready for painting. I've also changed the design of my resin printed exhaust. So the M3 bolts usually go into there. But once you've sanded off any surface imperfections, give them a quick scuff up and paint. You could then attach your bracket, magnet mount it, or 3M tape it to the body, fit it where you want it. So I've changed the bracket so you've got more adjustment in there, depending on how far out you want to put it and what angle you want to put it as well. But I've actually changed it so they're now printed in silk with M3 inserts. There's no need to paint anymore, and you haven't got to worry too much about stripping the threads out of the resin, as you've got the inserts in there, a lot more hardware in this month. Finally going to get the build video up of this. Now I've got the running clips to add onto it, so that should be coming up this month. There's also going to be a build guide for a TT02b. I kept it separate from the actual body build, as I thought it might drag on a bit longer, and if you don't want to watch the chassis being built, you could just watch the video of the body being painted. That will be coming up. So, full build video on a TT02b. And now for the Grasshopper. So initially I had a couple of different motors that was putting in this. Started off with standard 540. I then put the 17 turn in it. Had a few issues battery wise, so I finally moved on to a LiPo. And that's where we got my best speeds. I then put the big wheels on, and that's where I got my fastest speed. Now, as I didn't make the deadline to get another run in, I'm actually going to be, I think I'll be trying putting the 12 turn motor in there and see what we can get out of it. Okay, it's not going to count in the challenge, but there's a bit of a unofficial speed run, mainly just a bit of fun. We'll see what we can do with it before we finally decide at what state it's going to stay for running, whether it goes back to stock or whether we keep these wheels on and just use it for fun. Now, speaking of speed, I've also got another little project that I kind of want to start. I've got a TL01 here. It's in better days. Might have to replace a few parts. But while we're in there, we're going to put a TL01 speed tune gear set. A reinforced gears. And what we might end up doing is pulling the motor from the Grasshopper, put it in here, or maybe even try the 12 turn in there. Body wise, maybe we'll put Subaru on it. What do we think? Could be a bit of fun. But once again, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing. Go and check out the speedrun playlist. See all sorts of fun that I ended up having with this. A few issues as well. And on that note, I'll see you in the next one.